The next speaker is a very good friend of mine and the author of the best-selling book, Forgive for Good. He's a highly sought-after speaker at organizations all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a great round of welcome to Dr. Fred Luskin. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm one of those psychologists that was being referred to as all about what's wrong and negative and how terrible people can be. And when I was in graduate school here, I decided that that didn't work for me. It's really an interesting thing. I was about 2/3 of my way through my PhD, and I thought, why would I want to spend my life sitting in rooms with depressed people? Like, what could possibly be valuable about that? And it was a little even deeper than that. It was, we're so missing the mark that we should be trying to figure out what makes people happy. That we should be trying to figure out what inspires people and encourages them and makes them want to do things and what they love. And I was just looking for what the heck I could do. And my dissertation was there, and I started to research and study the concept of forgiveness. And it was so strange because 20 years ago, it was almost impossible for me to get people to be on my committee. Because why would you be studying forgiveness? We're about anger. No, I mean that. Psychologists study misery, not like release and happiness and joyfulness. And it was a very strange experience being like almost completely on my own. Because at that point, almost nobody was doing this. And I did scrape together a committee, and I did graduate. And I now have taught for the past 20 years on this campus, and for the last 5 or 6 years, I've taught the happiness classes here, the undergraduate happiness classes, and it's a lovely thing. But the piece that I wanted to talk about a little bit was just how you never know what life is going to bring you. And it's a very interesting thing. When I was a graduate student studying forgiveness, I put a little advertisement in the Stanford Report, which was the in-house paper to tell everybody how wonderful Stanford is. So it's like, Stanford professor wins the Nobel Prize, Stanford student walks to the moon, like whatever these Stanford cures cancer, develops a cure for things I don't even know exist. And there's this little thing in there, Stanford study looking for forgiveness volunteers. It's just a little takeaway. We're praying that somebody will come and pay attention to our forgiveness experiment. So this thing gets faxed out, unbeknownst to me entirely, to news media all over the United States. I can't make this up even if I tried. I'm out on the Stanford golf course in the morning. I never get any messages. I'm a postdoc. I don't think I had a message on my phone up until this point. And there's about 12 or 15 messages from media all around the United States asking me if Hillary should forgive Bill. I can't make this up. If I tried, I couldn't make this up, because it turned out that the morning that my little plea for subjects about forgiveness was faxed out to news media simultaneously, that Monica Lewinsky's dress, the DNA identification of the semen on it, identified Bill Clinton. So people in the media put together that I know about forgiveness. I don't know anything. I'm studying this stuff. And they called me from like the New York Times, from everywhere. And here's the really pathetic part. I didn't know who Hillary and Bill were. So these people are like begging me for a story. I don't know anything. And so here's where it gets entertaining, and this is actually why I'm here in front of you. So all these people ask me, and when the media finds out that I can't respond to whether Hillary should forgive Bill, they ask me, well, what about Chelsea? She's a Stanford student. You must know about her. I don't know anything. So one or two local media call, and along with people all over the place. And I don't remember what the TV station was, but it was one of the San Francisco TV stations. And they want to talk to me about, well, should Hillary forgive Bill? And I say, well, wait a second. We're doing this project on something that I think is really important, on forgiveness, on teaching it. And the guy says to me, well, why would anybody want to learn forgiveness? So I said to him, well, do an experiment. Just go around your news office, the place where you work, and ask, did anybody have a grudge here? He said, I'll do that. He called me back like 10 minutes later, and I swear said this. He said, Fred, everybody here hates each other. He came and did a story, and that's why I'm standing here. Thank you very much.